Final day at the Masters. Today's extraordinary afternoon boils down to the second 9 with Tiger Woods, Stanford, David Duval, Georgia Tech, Phil Mickelson, Arizona State. 3 great collegians battling for this coveted title. And Tiger Woods, so much more at stake for him. An incredible place in the history of this game. Now to 11.
Last year, the most difficult hole at Augusta. The par 4, and David Duval has placed his second shot well below the hole, some 40 feet. 7 birdies in his first 10 holes. And what a run for the man who shot 59 2 years ago at the Bob Hope. He's known to be able to get it going. But what surprised me most about Duval, having played so poorly this year, he said he came in here with much more confidence about his ball striking than last year. He finished 3rd here last year, and many were surprised at that. He's playing with Ernie Els and holes 10 through 12 this week. Duval has pretty well owned Amen Corner, except for the 13th. He struggled there. You might expect that. You just can't hit it 3 or 4 feet past the hole and leave yourself that putt coming back. It's so quick you could really putt it in the water. To 10.
Tiger Woods getting ready to play his second shot from 186 yards. And yes, normally we say the second 9 Sunday afternoon is where this tournament begins, but in reality the anticipation for this started last August at Valhalla.
Oh, mud.
Mud on the ball.
God.
Flies it all the way to the back, but a pretty good bounce because we've seen balls roll all the way through the green and down into the pine straw. So a bad break for Tiger Woods in the 10th fairway. A good break for Phil Mickelson. His ball going through the trees down the left side.
Okay.
Now the question is, will the second cut affect his ability to spin the ball? He definitely has to start this toward the bunker on the right and then try to work it away a little bit toward the right side of the green.
Peter, this shot it really is a lot easier for a left-hander.
Absolutely, Kenny. He's got 182 yards left. That's a cut swing. Well, he asked for it to cut, but he didn't, so that bunker shot is no bargain. But all in all, he could be a whole lot worse off than what he is right now. To 11.
And Duval makes 4. First leg of Amen Corner successful. 11 now has just replaced 12 as the most difficult hole today. Only 2 birdies at the 11th, and one of the great walks in golf for David Duval and Ernie Els. And with a large scoreboard immediately behind the 11th green, the moans and groans of the gallery here is common today as the sounds of the Cardinals in the dogwoods. And the loudest groan goes to Duval after he made birdie at the 10th to get to 14 under.
Bobby, it looks like there's not much of the swirling winds down there today.
Very calm right now, Kenny, as we move back up the fairway. And Mark Calcavecchia. Second shot. Calca likes to take the ball left to right. Anti-left swinger, and that's good for 11, but that'll be a unbearably difficult chip shot. That's where Faxon made his 8 from. Pitched it in the water from there. But the 12th today, with its traditional back right hole location, 162 yards, Duval on the tee. And the shot here, take it right over the bunker. That's the line. Duval's got it. And a splendid shot.
How often have we talked about that, Bobby?
Kenny, that's right where you have to hit it, isn't it?
There's no doubt. If you can't win it here, but you can lose it.
And let's take a look at Golden Bell, named after the forsythia that has already bloomed out in March. And what a glorious par 3. Today, 162 yards. This hole has been ranked the most difficult at Augusta, more than any other hole. To 10.
Where Phil Mickelson will be tested. He is 5 for 5, getting it up and down from bunkers this week. Oh, that's well done. Well done. So Phil Mickelson will have a short 3 feet left for his par 4 at 10. After a tee shot that could have ended up anywhere. To 16.
And here is Toshi Ozawa for birdie. This was a moment ago at the par 3. Delicate little downhill putt, and Ozawa 5 under on today's round. And on the first page of the leaderboard to 18.
And last year's winner, Vijay Singh, for a birdie. And what a nice way to end your reign. We will be seeing Vijay in the Butler cabin later today, along with tournament chairman Rudy Johnson, for the presentation of the green jacket. At 69 for Singh today. Back to the 10th.
Where Tiger surveying this putt. Tricky one. It's going to move well to the right. But just stop for a moment and think. Tiger Woods 9 holes away from what so many marvelous players in history could never accomplish. Sarazen, Snead, Hogan, Nelson, Nicklaus, Palmer, Player, Watson, none of them. You know, he is fooled by that break. And that may be as bad a misread as I've ever seen from Tiger Woods. Fooled by that new front left location. And it's so often the case here at Augusta. It comes down to the putts. 6 feet for Tiger, maybe 3 feet for Phil Mickelson. While he lines it up, let's go to 11.
And the chip shot effort of Mark Calcavecchio. Good looking shot. Whoa. It's still rolling. He can't believe it. Back to 10.
And another putt that's very difficult to read for Tiger. This does not move left as much as it appears it will. And he's such a good putter that you have to give him credit. One of the things that required of a good putter is to be a good reader of the greens. Going for his 4th major, but let's add in the Players' Championship, the Canadian Open, the World Series of Golf. He owns all of those titles as well. Oh, well hole. Tiger Woods saves a par at the 10th hole. Remains at -14. A solid 2-under performance through the first 10 holes. Now Phil Mickelson. Normally when he's had problems with the short putts, he pulls them to the right. This week, he's been aggressive, and most misses have come to the left. Not here, however. He answers the challenge. Phil Mickelson escapes with a 4 at the 10th hole, stays at -13. Let's go to David Duval at 12.
The quietest corner. Amen corner. The 12th green, and I don't know what distracted Duval. This bid for birdie. And Duval, his best finish right here in '98 in a major. So difficult to judge the pace of these greens that are noticeably quicker today than in the previous 3 rounds. What a start for David Duval. I love this demeanor. Not a lot of reaction. Very businesslike. Even keel. That's par. So par, 11 and 12. For Duval, only his 3rd par of the round. And earlier, Mark Calcavecchia back at the 11th. You recall, missed the green wide right. And that's saving 10-footer for par for Calc, who holds the second 9 record along with David Toms with a 29 he shot 9 years ago. And back on the tee at the 11th, co-leader Tiger Woods. And a big advantage for a big drive here, especially to today's pin position. That's an excellent shape down the right side. That'll open up the hole cut today to the left. I like that angle with today's hole location. And now Mickelson. Great resiliency all week. 19 birdies in his first 3 rounds. Doesn't like it. Somebody had a difficult time getting his weight off his left foot there. And it hit a tree, we understand. So Mickelson in trouble. 5 victories for Mickelson in his last 14 months, compared to Woods' 11 victories in 15 months. But it was Mickelson who has answered the challenge of Woods more than any other player. And let's go to 15.
And Jim Furyk, who made a charge yesterday, only to fall back, playing nicely again today. That for birdie to go -11, back to 12.
And Mark Calcavecchia on the tee at the par 3. Trailing by 3, still no time to go at the flag. Oh, dangerous. So close. That ball literally 4 to 5 feet away from being wet. We've had 5 balls in the water today. The 13.
David Duval trying to take it around the corner, and he has to play 13, 14, 15. He's got to be a couple under. That's fine, David. That is very good shape.
To overcome the 13th hole. Go back a year ago. His second shot. 178 yards. He attempted a 5-iron after backing off of it several times. And then yesterday, dangerous front pin. Caught it just heavy enough. From that rocky beach, he was able to make a saving 5, but it's a key point coming up for Duval. But first, let's head to the 11th.
Author Herbert Warren Wynn coined the 11th, 12th, and 13th Amen corner back in 1958. And it begins with the second shot. Phil Mickelson.
Just wants to make sure, Bobby, that he makes no worse than 5 if he does make 5.
You're exactly right, Kenny. And that not even anywhere close to the green, some 40 yards short of the green. Difficult to know exactly what he was thinking about there. I can't believe he wasn't attempting to at least run the ball up on the green.
Well, the only thing with those mounds you see right there to the left part of your screen, those things kick to the left, and that could run you right down the water. You can kick off there. I think he was taking the safest route he can go.
I think you're right, Kenny. And now Tiger Woods, just 149, just a perfect angle. But Kenny, still here, you need to be about 15 feet right of the hole.
If you're not, you've pulled it.
Oh, and he's pulled it right at the hole. Look out!
Was that any good?
And that's what I mean by perfect angle. And Alister MacKenzie designed this course. He designed it for angles. And a stone-faced Tiger Woods makes his march up to the green. And since 1946, only 2 players have ever birdied the 11th hole in the final round and won the Masters. Tiger, one of them. And the other, the great Nicklaus. And let's take a look again. The second shot from 149 yards. Unbelievable. And Steve Williams, his caddy, throws him the putter. And now Tiger makes his march up to the 11th green, and we'll move up ahead to the par 3 12th. Or earlier, Mark Calcavecchia, his bid for birdie. No. Drastic misread. Went on to make his par. And now Tiger again has mounted the challenge, but Tiger Woods had a streak of 19 consecutive tournaments that he held the lead or was tied for the lead going into the final round and won. But that streak was broken last year at the Tour Championship by his playing opponent today, Phil Mickelson. It was at the very first hole where Mickelson made birdie and made the statement. Let's go to 16.
And this was earlier. This is Jim Furyk, long and right, and had his most treacherous downhill second shot. Ball gathers speed as it nears the hole, and we go back to 11.
And now Mickelson, we'll call it about 70 yards. A lot of green to work with.
Bobby, this is almost a must for him to make par, or he'll go back 2 shots of Woods.
That's exactly right, Kenny. You really can't hit it past the hole here either. Oh, what a shot. Right where he wanted to leave it. 7 feet, putting right up the hole. To 13.
David Duval's second shot. That's from 198 yards. Did he make another mistake here? No, he took the real fat side of the green, but that's a smart play. He was trying to go a little bit from left to right, but the hanging lie with the ball above his feet, he had last year's in mind and yesterday's shot in mind, and he took the safest route he could do it. He'd like to be closer than that. If he was about 15 feet to the right of that, they would have caught that slope and left himself in good shape. But 2 putts for birdie. He's playing very smart. He hasn't changed expression much today. He just looks the same, just zeroed in. 16.
And Furyk to save his 3. Gained 1 at the par 5 15th. Gave 1 back at the par 3 16th. 10 under.
Well, the shot of the day to this point, Tiger's second to the 11th to take the 1-shot lead over David Duval, who faces a critical putt for birdie at the 13th. And Mickelson's now 3 behind with a bogey at the 11th. Paul Azinger with a strong showing here, sharing 14th position at 7 under with Brad Faxon still out there. '47 players and all made the cut here, which fell Friday night at +1. Back to the 12th.
And a very difficult bunker shot for Tiger Woods. Deceptively quick as it hits the green. Well done. I don't have to tell you what happens if you're a little aggressive there. To 13.
It's a must birdie putt for Duval. A must. And it's not. A disappointing 5 right here. Boy, did he need 4. So he'll remain at 14 under par, 1 behind Woods, but Woods still has to play 13 and try to get up and down in 2 at number 12, Bobby. So they take the walk over the bridge. Ernie Els right there. And David Duval. Let's go back to 12.
Mickelson for birdie. Oh, what an effort that was. Superb. Mickelson 1 under in his round today. He's never shot better than 71 in the final round of the Masters. But he said this year he felt more prepared to win a major than any other year before. Everything in his life, he says, is leading up to it. No excuses. Except a very strong adversary. Arguably the strongest anyone will ever see in the game of golf. And what a challenge here. 7 feet. And this is a difficult putt to read. It's one that you get it at the hole, it breaks sharply right, you hit a little above the hole and it tends to stay there.
He's been very successful at this length, Bobby. He takes a good look, reads it well, takes his time, gathers himself, and trusts. When he reads the line, he trusts it. That's the main thing what you have to do when you putt.
Exactly right, Kenny. Only 3 things that matter. Executing, executing, and executing. The picture is set. predicted. So Tiger's second consecutive bogey at the 12th on the weekend, and suddenly Duval and Woods tied at 14 under par. Let's go to 13.
Calcavecchia's fourth shot from 109 yards. That'll come back just a little bit, but not much. But he was in the water, went back. That's all he can do. He couldn't get around the trees. That's the best he could do, leaving himself 109 yards. And you can't let 13, 14, and 15 get away from you. Now on the tee, Phil Mickelson. 2 behind Duval and Woods. Tries to take it off from a little bit from right to left off those 2 big pine trees. Did he cut it enough? Oh, yes, he did. He has been very good at his tee shots here at 13 all week. Been long, and that will not be a very long yardage to get at that flag. And the one thing he has to do there, forget the flag, do a little bit left of it, and let it feed down there again. Now Tiger Woods.
Kenny, he has struggled the first 3 days keeping this shot in the fairways long every time.
Well, he's so long, Jim, is that you have to turn it, and he drives right through the fairway, things we could never do before. But he tries to take it off from right to left, and the one thing he doesn't want to do is overdraw it, and usually at that time he leaves it out to the right a little bit.
Wow, that's big.
That's huge. That's really big. You thought Mickelson was big? Put it right by it. He will have nothing into this green. Let's go to 14.
David Duval on the tee. That was a short time ago. Duval now co-leader with Tiger Woods. And that drifts over into the second cut on the right side. And now live, and David heard the cheers from the patrons for Tiger's tee shot just down the hill at the 13th. See, the hole today is cut to the right side.
Yes, I do.
Very difficult 14th green.
Fluff, Mitch. Go. Go. Go.
Well, that was beautifully done. It did go. And that is a very makeable birdie putt. Ahead to 18.
This is Toshi Izawa from Japan, runner-up this year at Riviera. Ooh, that was for a closing birdie. Par will give him 67, low round of the day to this point. 13.
Calcavecchia trying to make 5 after a poor tee shot. So that he'll have to settle for 6. Well, he'll drop one here at the easy 13th hole for these players. We take a nice look at the Hogan Bridge, and Tiger Woods at 14 under par, tied with David Duval, but Tiger Woods now going to play 13 after a long tee shot. Phil Mickelson, second shot from a hanging lie, and it's not an easy shot for a left-hander. He's 195 yards. Be conservative. Don't get aggressive yet. Trying to make it hook. He'll take that from that lie. For a left-hander, that's not an easy shot that he had. Now, Tiger Woods is 182 yards. The hole is 70 feet from the front on the left-hand side, but only 35 feet. If you go right at the flag, you only have 35 feet of green to work with. Good play. Well done. In that position, you just can't fire at that flag. It's not worth it. Here's what we look like at the Azalea hole, the 13th hole. 485-yard dogleg par 5. Tee off just behind the 12th green. That creek right there does not come into play, but right about as you get to this turn, you try to make it go from right to left. Then you begin to get a look at the green with the 4 bunkers, 2 in the back, 2 on the side. Creek passes the right side, right in the front, and then down the entire left-hand side of the fairway. The hole today cut 70 feet from the front. Tiger has eagled or birdied the 13th hole in 17 of 25 rounds. I'd even think it would be better than that with his length. But let's go forward to 14.
Duval for birdie. This for the outright lead. Remember, David took bogey here at the 14th yesterday, has to settle for par after a fine approach. And in the back of his mind, probably assuming the Tiger is going to make birdie at the 13th. 17.
Jim Furyk was in the front bunker, missed the fairway to the right, found the bunker in front, and it was a very difficult shot, missing that one for a par. It was a battle between Izawa and Furyk. See who could get to the clubhouse first in double figures. Izawa, a lovely 67. Furyk drops a shot at 17.
Now back at 13, looking at who's going to be first to putt, I would make me think Mickelson. I'm not sure. It's just so close. They were looking at each other there. 13th hole. Produced 107 birdies. Stroke average well under the par 5. But Tiger Woods will be first to putt. Got to come up the hill. This putt is a little bit slower than, these greens have been fast, but this putt coming up this hill is a little bit slower, and have not seen many people, or very few, ever get it to the hole. Well, Tiger Woods is pacing around to get his putt. Mickelson is just taking a really good look, testing his stroke. He's watching it too. They both know how important it is right now.
Kenny, I can remember Tiger making eagle in his victory year of '97 on late Friday afternoon, taking the lead with that eagle for the first time in his career at Augusta. And he would later say that he had studied this green with old films and video clips of previous masters and memorized every break on this green.
There are some subtle breaks. There are breaks that you can see, but it doesn't happen, and you got to trust. There's a spot behind this hole that you swear it has to go left, and it goes dead straight. But this putt here, I'd say a good 35, almost 40 feet. Just slightly uphill, a little slower than the normal putts he's been having. And we've seen that all day long. You just can't believe how slow that is. Yes, Tiger, it is slow. It's still a good lag. In his position where he's standing now, you just can't be aggressive. You just don't want to leave yourself a 3-4 footer to get up and down. And 2. Phil Mickelson was watching that speed very much. Let's go to 15 quickly.
And a critical tee shot. And hard down the right-hand side. That's in great shape for Duval. He will be going at it from there. Back to the 13th.
Now Mickelson, after a long look, is over the ball. And misses it on the low side. Can't believe how much that's going to turn on him there. comfortably say they'll both make 4.
Kenny, you were the captain to these top 3 contenders when you led the U.S. to victory at the President's Cup, and I remember you remarking afterwards that you felt it was close, that Mickelson was close. You thought it would be this year that he'd win his first major.
I still think so. I still think so. He's the only person I've ever known that can make a 30-footer and look embarrassed. Now Tiger for his tap in to go to 15 under par. Take the lead by himself, going to 14. Here's Tiger's reaction when he hit the first putt, thinking he had the eagle on line. Thinks he's got a good shape. Watch. Oh no. How can it be short? I hit it hard enough. But I like those easy birdies though, Tiger. And he makes his way to the 14th tee, Tiger Woods. And Phil Mickelson as they approach the 14th tee, and we'll go right there with Bill McAtee. I'm sorry, Bill.
That's all right, Kenny. It's quite a setting. The huge scoreboard. Tremendous ovation for the final group of the day. And at the 14th green, this is a very difficult putt for Mark Calcavecchia. That will gather speed. Hard to get that anywhere near the hole. Calcavecchia at -10. Suddenly 5 behind Tiger and 4 behind Phil Mickelson, who's on the tee at the 14th. Perfectly placed. Phil at 13 under, Duval 14, and Tiger at -15. So Tiger has played this 14th this week. Confident, doesn't even watch it. And that is set up very nicely to go at this whole location. The 14th at Augusta National, Chinese Fir. Comes up a gentle slope from Amen Corner, 405 yards, a slight dog leg to the left. As we've said before, the only hole at Augusta National without a bunker. Second shot is into the largest green on the course, and the hole today is cut to the right side. Bobby Jones loved Scottish Links courses, so in working with Dr. McKenzie and the design of Augusta National, 2 holes were set up as links type holes here at 14, also at 5. So now Mark Calcavecchia to salvage his par. So a second consecutive bogey for Calcavecchia. Disappointing day today, runner-up 1988. Meanwhile, that's the scene ahead at the 15th. David Duval waits. 5 under today. David Duval, who said that it was disappointing a year ago when he was short on Sunday at 13 to take himself out of contention. He said the real heartbreaker was in 1998 when he was awaiting the playoff with Mark O'Meara, and O'Meara made that just tremendous birdie putt at the 18th to win it. Said that took a while to get over. Maybe I'm still not over it.
Well, taking dead aim from 200 yards.
Get down. Get down.
The pull would usually be long. Not a bad miss. That's a holeable chip shot right there. Not too many easy ones around this 15th green. But he has one of them. Birdie in the first round. Parred it in the second. Birdie again in the third. He'll be looking for 3 here. He's finished in the top half dozen his last 3 attempts here at Augusta. We'll go to 18.
And Jim Furyk at 18, third shot. Started out on fire with 32 on the first 9. Bogeys at 16 and 17, derailing his hopes. Back to 14.
Tiger 127 yards away.
115 was right at that TD.
Location just
115 is perfect too.
Just beyond the ridge, that unique false front here at the 14th. Second shot for Tiger.
Use the backstop. Use the backstop. Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Down the hill just a bit. Tiger encouraging more.
Real help. We are right now, yes. About 10 off of this right now.
This will be a tough putt, but certainly it's a makeable putt. Big swing from right to left for Tiger upcoming, and now Mickelson. Steps back, a gust of wind. Breeze has actually picked up a bit in the last few minutes. How aggressive will Mickelson be? 2 back. And that's what Tiger wanted to do. So Mickelson about 12 feet away for birdie to get within 1 of Tiger.